Hi there. This video is going to show off what happens when you start with a SCSI 70 FJ40 that's pretty much at the end of its viable life cycle like you saw in that first shot, and then geek out on it for about 16 months to recreate it, restore it, and modify it as an FJ44 Icon 4-door. This truck's finished in the volcanic black color, kind of stealth, a little nasty. I think it's my favorite. This particular client had us configure it as a 4-passenger vehicle with an open cargo area. In the back there you can see this client ordered the StopTech Sport brakes, the LED Vision X reverse auxiliary light, the Icon rack and ladder system, which by the way you can take that soft top off, remove the ladder, put the rack back on. There's many different ways you can configure it. Most clients will leave the top shaded canopy on full time and remove the door uppers, side and rear panel anyway. Up here in the front, we're also running the Vision X auxiliary lights, as well as the latest and greatest from Warren Winch. You'll notice that we run a little rubber pad there on the fair lead to control rattles. I hate rattles. You'll see the ship rings. Those anchor points are rated at 10,000 pounds pull and braced on 3 axis. All the lighting on the Icons are all light emitting diodes. I'm a big fan of LEDs. They've come a long, long way. These look stock but run LED cluster bulbs within. There's the 9.5. That's the new RTI. Really always happy with Warren's product, but this one we're really into. That front lizard is cast in what they call lost wax technique, which is kind of an old school way of doing things, as opposed to these apron emblems, which are CNC'd out of stainless steel and then tempered. All exposed non-structural hardware is stainless steel with nylon nuts to protect the base. This shot here will show the power steps, which are kind of hard to communicate, hell of a lot easier to show. So stirrup down, easy in and out, then it'll tuck up away, out of the way, out of harm's way, and then it drops back down. It's got a mild delay on it. Voila. Here you see a little bit of the dash stuff. We've got the twin stick Atlas, so the fire extinguisher. Here's the Alpine unit with the seat heater options flanking it. Those are carbon fiber heat blankets that we interlay into the seat. Nice camera work, huh? Sorry. And then trying to come here around back, this client ordered, I guess we'll get back to that. Here you see our sport pedals, which are kind of cool, and the Chilwich floor mats, which are recently updated to Line and Dynamat, which really is a nice upgrade. And there's my beloved fire extinguisher. I don't think anyone's ever used one, but they just look so groovy. My wife calls them man jewelry. I'll take it. This shot started with the LED lights, which are tied to the door sensors, light up the floor and throughout the cabin, but those specifically light your passageway to the 3rd row, which in this case does not exist. So you'll see 2 of our optional locking gun rated safes, plus the full width locking internal panel of the tailgate. This truck's running the 5.3 350 horse. It's an aluminum LS generation from GM, but then we handpicked the mechanical fan and fan clutch and pulley driven accessories and the Vortec intake and injectors. There you see the turnkey sock on the K&N filter and our Griffin radiator, which is all man welded, no plastic crap anywhere. Front bumper we redesigned last year. We make those ourselves now. We also make those available to the public, same with our rear bumper, because they will directly fit a stock vintage 40. I don't know if I've ever had a chance to show you our key port design, but it's kind of cool. So since our trucks are distributed all over the world and sometimes we're not going to be available for support, we use these really cool key fobs from a company called Keyport, wherein we can integrate all of the different keys needed for all the systems, and they're on this cool little switchblade deal to access them. Along with the keys, we do a flashlight for quick utility. And then we have this cool 8 gig memory stick, and then inside of the stick we put all of the process photos starting from the derelict old FJ40 that we start with all the way through to the final completion of the truck and even this video that I'm doing for the client. So another important part of that is that we put a spreadsheet in there that contains all of the part numbers and quantities and supplier info, nothing encrypted, of every last component in the truck, as well as care and feeding guidelines. So it really kind of helps us take more responsibility to provide the client with support into the future. Then complementing that, of course, we have a whole pile of all the associated manuals and components for all the vehicles, as well as a pretty extensive owner's guide that we put together. Keyport's a really cool product. It's American made, good guys. They can configure it for pretty much any vehicle on the planet. You can find them easily at keyport.com. They also do a deal where if someone finds it and mails it in, they'll make sure it gets to you. Really nifty product, really happy with it. So here's a poorly lit undercarriage sort of brief tour. I just ordered these cool LEDs, so hopefully the next one will be better. But here you're looking at the front axle assembly, which is a Dynatrac Dana 40 with the fine spline superior axle internals with our StopTech 6-piston front brakes, oversized rotors with T4041 hats. Then you can see a little bit of stuff here. There's the Atlas 2. You see the power steps hide. There you see the exhaust, which is mandrel bent and ceramic coated with a really nifty aircraft product. And there's the Dana 60 rear end. A little bit better lighting. Starting at the rear, that's triangulated 4-link with Johnny joints. Fox Racing shocks, Eibach coils. The front is a 3-bar with Panhard or Panhard. Everyone seems to be constantly debating the pronunciation of that. Here's some better close-ups from the back side of our Epic StopTech brakes. These guys designed and developed the brakes for the LFA, TRD, and Lexus Sport, among other companies. Become good friends with them. Beautiful engineering, really good stuff. All these axle parts, too, are all brand new. No junkyard stuff all the way through to the castings. They're all fresh. Here's one last rear axle shot from the rear. So here you see our transfer flow 19-gallon fuel tank that has a steel skid and it's boxed by the chassis to the Dana 60 Pro Rock high pinion rear axle. Well, I guess there's not much more to say regarding that. All brake systems plumbed in stainless steel. There you see the parking brake assembly and the adjustable sway bars, which do exist front and rear. And they're a torsion bar to a blade arm design with 4 points of adjustment depending on how you're going to use it. Last couple shots here, the Teflon coated American Racing ATX wheels. We're on the edge here, floundering between these and the Black Rock products. Kind of torn which one I'm going to go with, so kind of still monkeying with both. That was the rear. This is, well, no, that was the front. This is the rear. And hey, here's at least one driving shot everyone's always asking for.